Hello everyone, this is MJPW with a enormous video as far as what we're looking at right now. So this came across my radar not super long ago, maybe like a month ago, and I've been watching it on Home Depot's website, and yeah, needless to say, we got one. He's not just Christmas. That's like the main thing I think that he's really gonna appeal to, because he has a candy cane lightsaber. It's changeable. There's just a solid red one as well, so don't get scared. If you're wanting one of these for Halloween and Christmas, or just regular, I think that this is the perfect kind of display piece. From everything that I've seen online, at least so far. Obviously I haven't even opened the box yet. So if you can kind of see, like I said, he comes with for Christmas, he has the candy cane lightsaber. It lights up at the hilt and then goes up. I'm pretty sure that's called the hilt, the base of the lightsaber. And then he has like an open palm hand that you can hang a ornament ball from, of the Death Star, excuse me. But of course, like I said, he has Halloween features where the light is solid red, not with the stripes, and he has like a pumpkin hand, same open hand, but he's holding the pumpkin and the pumpkin lights up. However, the phrases that he says really mainly just seems like it's for Christmas. But he says things like, "You're not spreading holiday cheer enough. This place is only for holiday cheer." I don't know. And when I hear like holiday cheer and holiday celebration or something like that, I think of Christmas. I don't think the voice lines work well with Halloween. I wish that there was some kind of way to swap the voice lines. I'm sure that there's probably going to be somebody in the future, maybe already, who's did some kind of modification where, you can swap out the voice lines. I think that would be awesome. But, like I said, if you didn't want either Christmas or Halloween going, he has an idle setting to where you can just have you can have it whatever way you want, but he has an open palm, and obviously you can put his red lightsaber pole into the base of the lightsaber, and he has like an idle setting to where he just has his lights on, like forever, until you cut him off or unplug him or whatever. And it's not going to be based on the sensor on if his lights are going. It'll just stay on, like it's just like a decoration, which is probably how I'll have him primarily. I think very rarely I'll probably use any of the other features. Maybe like Christmas. I think, it seems pretty good for Christmas, but even still, I don't think I would ever use like the candy cane thing. I may not even have the ornament. Honestly, the pumpkin is really cool. I like that it actually plugs into his arm and lights up and everything. Yeah, again, this is going back. I watched so many different videos, and actually this came out last year, so I am a bit late to doing something like this. But again, this just came across my radar, and I was like, how did this come out last year and I'm just now finding out about it? Other than Darth Vader, they also have several others within the Star Wars line. Like they have Chewbacca, I think, was a new one for this year. They also have a Stormtrooper. I think they also have Yoda, but none of them interest me as much as Darth Vader, obviously. It would be cool to have like 2 Stormtroopers or something on the other sides, like behind him or something like that. But he's already going to take so much space. My other video that I did of the Santa art animatronic, last thing, I promise. My Santa art video that I did just a few weeks ago or something, that you guys really liked that, but unfortunately I skipped certain parts where it's like certain wires need to go to certain places because I assumed that people would watch like the other one, or people would just know. So if there's anything like that with this, I'm gonna show it, and yeah, we'll get through it. Alright, going first glance into the box, I just cut open the sides, so it's gonna be the grand reveal we're both seeing at the same time. We got instructions, yay! So I think on the other boxes that I've seen, thankfully they did paper instructions, because the ones that I've seen, the instructions are on the inside of the packaging, which, you know, if you're not going to be one that's going to be saving these ginormous boxes, you're going to lose your instructions. Alright, so outside of the instructions, oh, we got some ginormous boots. By the way, this box, I don't know if it said it on this side, this box is like 40 pounds. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's like such a big size of a box and it's stuffed up to the top, it can it makes it a little hard, especially like when you got tight spaces to go through a tight hallway or around things. It was hard to get this box back here. I was almost gonna open the box outside and bring the parts inside, but you know, that would have been so much more trouble, so I just weaved it on in. So here is our lightsaber blades. I'm gonna set the box over there just for a second. Obviously this is our candy cane, and it is just a hollow tube, and it's hollow as well. All right, and then next we got our boots, these ginormous boots. I'm having to like record this in like a farther kind of angle, or whatever it's called, like with the camera. I hope it's not too weird. I've not filmed with this before. Yeah, these boots are like huge. They're not like, I mean, they're plastic, they're hollow. Obviously the pieces on the inside are going to be parts of the arms and legs. This foam you need to keep as well. From what I've learned, the foam is what makes it feel like he has like actual arms and stuff underneath the clothing. I'm sure that's used for one of them as well. So I'm going to set that to the side. So we've reached a tray from where the boots went in. We're going to set that tray to the side. We're going to be getting a apartment soon, and I wonder what's the best way to, like, if I wanted to build him up and I didn't want to keep this huge box, because this is going to take a lot of space. However, I could pack stuff in it, like my, you know, any of my stuff. I could just, you know, I could throw that in there and take it with me. Or is it better to completely disassemble him and throw him in here? That's probably the easier option, honestly. This is just like a jumble of all kinds of stuff. Pretty sure that is like the back piece to make his back look rounded instead of flat. Gonna set it to the side. Here is his, I think it's called codpiece. Could be wrong. Obviously it's got a hookup and stuff because it lights up here on the front. Got an arm, I assume. It also has a hookup, so it may be the open palm arm. Here is his right hand and his lightsaber. Here is our ornament. When he hangs it on his hand, it's going to be something like that. It doesn't light up or anything, but just to show you. Really cool. I thought this is what it was. I can't talk. I thought this was going to be string, but no, it's like a plastic, like a hard plastic. This is the Death Star pumpkin that goes into his left hand. You can see it's an open palm hand, but this is mounted to that hand. But don't fear, there is a just plain left hand that we'll see in just a minute. This is his chest piece. it's a very weird shape to be a chest, but I don't know, maybe Darth Vader's chest is like that. Poor Anakin. Jeez. That's like... I saw people in the videos that I was watching, they were like, this is his back piece. But no, that ends up being his front, his chest. That's a weird looking shape. That's some weird muscles, guy. Moving ever so onward. It seems like there's so many pieces to this guy. That's his... I don't want to be wrong, because somebody in the comments is going to be like, oh, that's the you know. I apologize. I don't know all the pieces to Darth Vader's outfit. Maybe I'm just not that knowledgeable on it, and that's okay. But this is the part that goes just underneath his neck. I want to say a collar, but it also, you know, it goes down to his shoulders. Yeah, that's what that is. And it hooks onto the front. This is another part that goes onto the shoulders and connects to the chest and the back. If you're wondering why there's holes right there, that's because that previous part, that shoulder part that I was just talking about, the hooks go into there to connect to the frame. This, I think, is all of his clothes. This box is going to be his power cords and stuff. This piece, which I think is going to be to his legs. I could be wrong, though. I don't know for certain. Here is his right hand, the open palm, like I said. Doesn't have a hookup or anything because it doesn't need one. It's just a hand. This is going to be his stand. Alright, we got his lightsaber arm, his right arm. Alright, and we got the motor. Something really, really cool. I don't know, to some of you maybe. It's got a nice Star Wars logo on there and everything. He's got a volume meter. And he's got the censored mode off, like with a step pad. So if you have a step pad or something, you can keep him off, but he'll only be triggered if you have that step pad. And then you'll have what I will probably be using the most, is the lights only mode. So he won't be doing animation, just the lights. Alright, the big moment of truth. I'll go ahead and pull it off up there and try and do this one-handed. Dom, 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 dom. It is your boy Darth Vader with red eyes. Yeah. Really, really cool. I do think the flappy doodles of the actual helmet part, that, you know, that's going out, like that part where it says you, I think those look like they go out a lot more, but, you know, to the unknowing, no one's gonna ever know. Super, super awesome. I really like the red eyes. I think that's such a sinister looking look to Darth Vader. Yeah, really cool. Alright, so the last two pieces, I'm pretty sure it's two pieces that's in here, and unless I'm wrong, is the floor panels. Yes, he comes with a floor panel. Not many animatronics I see come with a floor panel. Like where he can stand on. Really, really, really cool. To hide like the base. Super, super awesome. I love that. Alright, so if that is just the final piece down there, we're gonna start assembling now. Alright, so the first step is we have to lay our frame down, and then we're gonna snap base thing onto the metal base. So how you see left and right is how the little prongs on the inside are going. So if you look out right here, right there, so that's gonna be the right way, and then we're gonna put these together. I'm starting to feel like I might have seriously underestimated how much space this guy is going to end up taking up. I'm really glad that I cleaned out this space now, because like looking at this base, yeah, it's going to take up a lot of space. What I've did so far, I've clicked together these two pieces, slid it onto the base, I think the styrofoam pieces, I think these styrofoam pieces that was at the bottom, I don't think they're even needed. I guess once you slide on the boot, you can slide that all the way down if you really wanted to. I don't think that's gonna, make any real difference or that it's needed or anything. But what I've clicked together that base. I've slid in the poles that's labeled D, and you can see there's little notches there at the bottom, and same for in the shoes. The shoes are a little different in that regard because you want to match it up with the notch at the bottom, right? Same for in there. You see it's a little different. Boom. Oh yeah, this guy is gonna be like massive. I was over here thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna have so much more space now. He's gonna be like against the wall. I'll be like walking up to, get my clothes and stuff out with no problem. No, he's probably gonna be like out here with his hand. So that completes those next steps. The next steps is the poles that are labeled G. They have like a hook. It's these. They go in the top of that. Alright, so we got those parts in with the hooks. Notice that the hooks are at the bottom. I was kind of like confused about that, but what is going to go next, these big styrofoam pieces that was on the inside are now going to slide over there. That's going to give it some depth and make it not look so flat and make it look like it's an actual leg. Alright, so we got the leg part of the costume onto the legs. Now we're going on to the waist, which will click into there. There was the styrofoam pieces on here, but I think that you actually don't even need most of these. The ones that's for the legs, though, the big ones, and the ones that's on the arms, I think will all remain, but these little pieces, probably not. So we click in the waist piece, and then we're going to the motor itself. And then the chest piece will go in, and then the top part of the shoulders. Alright, so we have the waist piece clicked in. The motor piece clicks in to here. Then the chest piece, it clicks into here. Into here. The shoulder piece goes onto this outer part, not here, but to here. It looks like it wouldn't, but that's where it's supposed to go. And there. I did just see that mine is like severely like dented in right there. I think because I have this other, like the other shoulder part, maybe it won't make a difference. I hope not, but that does kind of worry me. I'm having to like reach up. I think this is going to be taller than that case. I mean, yes, he will be taller than that case. He's like towering over the room. Yeah, he's going to take up a lot of space. Alright, I got the back piece onto there. And let me go around. This is the left arm. Simply, I just stuck it into there. The wire is just a little tucked into the styrofoam that's right here. But you can see the plug is around here, and it's going to go around the back. Go back around. And you can see our little nest of cords right here. And this plug. This is what's going to be plugged to your left arm. See? You're just going to plug it. For the sake of showing you how to hook it up, I'm going to start with the pumpkin hand. So it simply just slides into the piece right there, and the cord that is just a little tucked in is going to go with this one. It's only one cord that's going between both of them. I totally forgot something. So before you put the hand on, right here, you can see there's like a gap. Well, you're supposed to put this on, because this is supposed to be a glove. And that's what you know, it's supposed to make it look like a glove. So you're supposed to put that on and then slide it on. All right, I took it apart and put that on. I will say the Velcro that's on this part of that sleeve does not stick. I don't know what it is, but I cannot get this Velcro to actually stick back together. But, you know, I guess as long as I keep it on the underside, maybe it won't matter. Maybe nobody will be seeing that. All right, we're slowly but surely getting there. Okay, so at first I was looking at these and I was thinking that this is the one that's got to go up to this arm. By the way, what I did, I slid in this one. This one has a little bit of a different hookup. It doesn't have one of these where it's just like the hooks. It's a bar that goes into this other bar, but it's still got one of those little peg things. Okay, so in the top, you will see you have your cords. There's going to be 3 different sets. There's going to be this one that has a bunch of it within it, but you can primarily see that blue or that green, whichever color it is. You can see this one, the primary is going to be red, and you can see this one's like orange or yellow. So that's what I'm going to say of what that is. So your hookups is going to be up here at the top. Make sure that the cord that you're hooking up to matches up the same colors. So like this one, if this is going to be your blue, you're hooking up blue. I think it's kind of hard to see until you this one. I think this is the red. You're going to hook it up to the red one. And the orange or yellow is going to be hooked up to that one. So you hook those together and you're good on this arm. This lightsaber hand, let me zoom out. This lightsaber hand, kind of like up at the shoulder, it goes into this square kind of rod and it does a peg. And there's going to be a wire that's tucked into here, as well as a wire sticking out. You connect those, pull your sleeve up, and don't forget to put this on there beforehand. Next step, we have this. It has a hook. We're going to be sticking it through. So there is a hole right here where it's going to go into the frame. It's right here. You can't really see it, but that metal piece is going to slide onto the metal piece inside of there. There is 2 cords that hang off of this part. One of these cords is going to go to the belt piece here, the red and black one, and the other one is going to connect up. I will show you that in just a second. I do want to point out, though, unfortunately, yeah, there's some tears and stuff. This is like torn. That's quite unfortunate. I think this is the part that like goes over where that's supposed to be. So that's kind of unfortunate. I'll check that out in just a second, though. This side is this side also torn? Maybe it's supposed to be like that. Maybe it's just tattered. I don't know, but that looks like torn. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see because it's making it like look grainy. But yeah, that's definitely like torn though. Like I don't think that kind of fabric is supposed to be there. But you know. All right, I have to correct myself about something I just said. I was wrong. The cords that are coming down from here are that I had pulled through the hole that was right about here. That does not connect to this. I was completely wrong. That connects to the board, the main like motor itself, as well as this piece. They're all go up to the other piece. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But just to clarify, these have 2 cords. This part has 2 cords on the inside. This has 1 cord that goes up on the inside. It was also kind of wrapped around in there, so you may have to unwind it so you can get it up to the back piece. I just wanted to show you that and clarify. So one of the pieces that go on the center goes to this one, and I believe these are the same. These other 2 separate hookups, and one is going to be from the main chest piece, and the belt piece. They all come up to here. Just match the colors as I've done right here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure these are the same kind of hookups. If it doesn't work, then that means you just put it on the wrong one, but we should be good from there. Next is going to be the shoulder piece. You can see it also has pegs. It's going to go up into these holes in that clear plastic part onto the frame, and I'm assuming you do it through those holes that is in the cloth. All right, we are nearly there. I don't know how many times I've said that already, but it seems like it's been a lot. Other than the helmet, I'm showing you this now because it's going to be a pole up there on the top where it's going to click in. I'm probably going to do that off camera. But other than that, the plug I'm going to show you will go into the back, obviously. They don't really talk about it in the book or anything like that, but I guess it's because it's self-explanatory. But it is going to plug, I think. Is that the right spot? Maybe not. Oh, it's down here. Okay. So the plug is going to be down here. There it goes. Okay. Whoops, I'm about to drop the thing. Okay. So he's plugged in. If you remember our different modes, of course, I'm going to go through everything in just a second. But I figured I would go ahead and get him plugged up now, because after his helmet, or maybe before, is when I add the his cape. But at some point in between there, also, there is Velcro that go all up through here. It's how you button him back up. And then he will be totally put together. Also, don't need these. But the cape is gonna click, or not click, it's Velcro. It's gonna Velcro up to there and go over his shoulders. Freaky. I don't know if I pointed this out or not, but since we're right here, that part Velcroed onto the front. It did kind of hide up, you know, the messed up, tattered pieces. There's still, it's so hard to see, but there's still a little bit of tatter there on the cloth. I think that's the right word, but I can probably just clip that off. And it's on both sides. I don't know. Not too big of a deal. But yeah, I think we'll toss on the head and throw his cape on and see him in action. Also, I guess I'll throw this on there too. Since we're starting off with the Halloween one, I will go ahead and put this in there. It screws in like so. I should have took this. That bugs me. I'm going to take the sticker off. Put it on my forehead. Alright. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Alright. I'm probably not even going to be able to get this all in frame. You can see it does make us... Like... That does worry me for the stress on the arm. But maybe it's not that big of a deal. I was worried about the stress of this hand going onto there, but, you know, maybe it's fine. I'm hoping I'm able to get this all in frame and get some good shots. But I guess we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to throw the helmet on and his cape and get him plugged in. But I think that is it.
Find your lack of holiday cheer disturbing. would be honored if you would join us for this holiday celebration. My master requests your presence. Join me, and this season you will be a powerful ally. We would be honored if you would join us for this holiday celebration. My master requests your presence. Join me, and this season you will be a powerful ally. Your holiday spirit is impressive. Most impressive. It is your destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the holidays. I find your lack of holiday cheer disturbing.
Alright, so now that we had a look at him being animated, this is in the other mode where it's just his lights on. If you wanted to see the light for this lightsaber, there you go. Also, if you wanted to see it a little bit more darker, look at that. Isn't that so cool? That's so cool. I love it. This is probably how I will always have him. Super, super, super cool. Step back a little bit. Isn't that so cool? Oh, yeah. I can't wait to be like, you know, just kind of like chilling. You know, I can't wait till when, you know, like we have our like apartment and we're just chilling. He's like in my game room. He's super cool. I know for a fact, like I have a lot of pieces in my collection that are good talking pieces. Like a thing that people would talk about. This is going to be one of those things without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. Very, very, very impressive. Very, very worth the price. Like, most animatronics would not, you know, would not be to this, like, quality, I think. Not only is he, like, more well-built, sure, he may have, like, the same kind of just metal and plastic, but, like, there's so much attention and care that went into making this. Yeah, you can tell that they, you know, wanted to make it special. Yeah, that's so cool, man. Like, cool is an understatement for how awesome it is. Yeah, it's so good. By the way, the thing that on the ornament that I thought was supposed to be a string, so that's actually like a wire. You can move it around so you can actually fit it to his finger. That's so cool. I'm gonna stand back again with the lights off. Actually, I'll stand back with the lights on so you can see him. Oh yeah. So cool. And then I'll dim my lights. I'll turn the lights off. How about that? Oh, man. That is so cool. Oh man. By the way, did you see me like looking up every time when he would end and he's about to go to his idle state before, being, you know, before like having to start another quote, he would raise his hand up and his lightsaber, the top, would hit the roof. He's that big. You can see I'm having to like look up. For the final shot, I might do like a selfie shot and show you. There's a big height difference. I don't think the top of my head even goes to the bottom of his neck. And I'm not incredibly short, but he makes me feel short. So freaking cool, man. That's all I can say, really. It's just so cool. And I love that the volume can change. So if you just wanted him to be animated and like, turn on and scare people, then you can do that and not have any volume, which I'll do that now. But all right, this has been quite a video. So much preparation went into getting him here. So much, and there's still a lot. Like, I wish I could show you what's behind me that I'm hiding from you, but I still have a little bit of more organizing for my room because of so much stuff that I had. To be able to get him in this spot, it took a big effort. Like I said, I got him 2 days ago. And just now totally being able to get him set up. And it seems like it's been a whole day to this point as well, getting him set up. Just because, I don't know, I'm pretty tired today. I'm going in increments, I think. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed as much as I enjoy and will enjoy for the future this amazing Home Depot, I don't even know if I said it, Home Depot Darth Vader Animatronic. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
Your holiday spirit is impressive. Most impressive. It is your destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the holidays.